Hey love, so I am on my lunch break and this is part 4. So last video I had, it was basically about my abortion, how it made me feel, all the things, right? When that happened to me, I lost a piece of myself. And I haven't really found it yet because I'm still in the grieving process. You know, I never really dealt with it. So all of this new stuff that I'm learning is truly helping me deal with my past trauma, okay? So after I had the abortion, I ended up going into a mental ward. And I was going through so much at that time, I didn't even know like how to view anything in this life. I didn't know how to say I need help. None of that transpired, okay? None of it. I had no clue. With that being said, I had to go through what I had to go through. And I met some really good people along the way, so it needed to happen. But like I said, I went into a mental ward. I stayed there probably like 6 months. And I got out, and then it's basically called step down. So once you step down, you either go to a group home. Once you go to that group home, you step down even more, which means you can potentially go home. So I went through all the phases, and I went home. I went to the group home. I was very troubled there. Like for the first 6 months, I didn't even come out my room unless I was going to school, to eat, take a shower. That was it, like that. And I didn't have no TV in my room. I was just there. I was just there because I was still grieving over what just happened to me. And once I kind of went through it a little bit, I kind of started opening up. And you know, I was a fighter. Like, I didn't take slick mouths. I didn't take people disrespecting me. I did not take none of it because I had so much anger inside of me. And I fought a lot. Like, I fought. And I had to realize, like, you don't have to fight all the time. That's why I said previously in my other video, like, I was a fighter. Like, I fought physically and I fought mentally. Like, that's how I survived. And that made my process to stay longer there. At the time, I didn't know that until the time came. And that made me even more mad. But it kind of broke something in me at the same time to be like, okay, I'll take it. This is nothing. So I went into survival mode again, thinking that I was healing, and I had a problem with authority. Based off my trauma in the past, that's the reason why I had problems with authority. I didn't like for anybody to tell me what I needed to do because I went through that for so long, and it was a negative effect. Now, I still struggle with authority a little bit, but because the God that I serve, I have to understand godly authority is completely different than somebody just walking around saying, hey, I need to do this. Hold up. You can speak to me nicely and you can ask me nicely, but you don't have to micromanage and be like, oh yeah, I need you to do this. No, you can ask me because I am an adult, just like you are, I hope, you know. But coming up as a child, we have to, at that time, we needed to follow our parents' rules. I didn't do that because I was looking at how they were treating me, and I was just like, no. But that whole time, I was cutting my days short. Because in the Bible, it says, honor your mother and your father, so your days will be long upon this earth. It says honor them. So regardless of what they're doing, you still honor them. I didn't catch that phrase. I'm like, God, you want me to honor these people that's hurting me? You want me to honor these people that's sexually abusing me? You want me to like, are you serious? No. But I was naive. I was a teenager. I was a child. I could not grasp that part. I couldn't. Honestly, I could not. And I'm gonna tell you this little thing. What truly helped me heal at that time and get me through what I was going through, I thought about the slaves. How much they went through, and they couldn't say nothing. And they went through it. And they were getting raped, they was getting abused, there was all the things, and they dealt with it. And I felt like because I was dealing with something that made me feel like I was a slave more than a human being, I kind of started having that mindset. So a lot of the time, I truly was lost. I was lost. And I went through so much as a teenager. When I got an adult, I was buck wild. Like, it was just from 17, I was getting it in. Like, I was going 110% from 14, 15, 16, 17. Like, I would run away. Like, I ran away 8 times to go back to my birth mother because I loved her that much. Like, I wanted to be with her. And I just wanted my family back. Like, that was the only comfort that I did have. Yes, we went through what we went through because we were the same. We were similar. Like, we went through a lot as a child, and she only could give me what she could give me. That's all she knew. At the time, I didn't understand that, but I do now. And I got into a relationship when I was 18 years old. It was rocky. I loved him, no problem. We were the world against the world. A lot of people didn't want us together, but we still was together. There was some abuse. And it shaped me a lot, good and bad. Where I'm not gonna go into detail about it because I forgave that person, and that's in the past. And I still love him. I truly love him, and I'm still with him. And God has changed him in so many different ways. We had to go through what we went through in order to be where we are today. There was some infidelity. There was a lot of things, that transpired in our marriage. Like, I'm still married to him. We've been together for 10 years. Yeah. This year I turned 28. So I've been with him since I was 18. And there was a lot of stuff that I went through, There's a lot of stuff that he endured with me because I had a lot of trauma. So with both of us having the trauma that we had and going through what we were going through at that time, it made the situation worse than what it already was. But the love we had for each other is what helped us stay, regardless of the situation that was in front of us. And I don't know, like, I'm glad that it happened to me, because now I'm able to reach out to other women that endured the same thing that I endured. And I'm able to give wisdom and insight on that. And it's not easy. Like, when that type of environment shapes you, you lose a part of yourself. Like, I ended up losing my mind twice in the process. Like, I could barely have a conversation with anybody without breaking down or forming a sentence. It was that bad, and I needed a village to help me grow into the woman that I am today. And it was a lot of prayer. It was a lot of commitment to my mental health. It was a lot. He went through his own thing. There was time where he had to go and face his consequences of what he did. And we still have our moments. Like, we're learning the new version of ourselves. And sometimes there's a part of our old version that comes out, but we're still working on that. And it's not like any abuse now or neglect or infidelity now that's out the window. It's more of like us getting to know, like, I'm still dealing with a little authority. Even though he is my husband, I still deal with that. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm learning. Lord, I'm learning. You know, like, that's something that I'm still gravitating to. And with him, with me, it's just like, sometimes I have an anger issue. And he's just like, okay, is this the old woman that I'm, you know, years ago? I thought you were changed. And I'm human. Like, we are still working the nooks and crannies out. You know, like, it's just what it is. But we're in it together. And I'm truly thankful for him, because at the same time, regardless of what transpired in our marriage, he's a good man. He's a good person. He's a good father to the kids. Like, he's great. I don't have any kids of my own, but his kids, he's a great father. And he may not feel that way because of what transpired in his life, but the thing is, he tries the best that he can. And I didn't grow up with a father, but if he was my father, I would be proud to say that, okay, that's my dad. You get what I'm saying? Like, I try to understand that. And, you know, parents, there's no guidebook to be a parent. Like, that's why I forgave my mom in a lot of things. Like, there was no book saying, hey, this is how you be a mom, this is how you be a dad. Like, it's just there. So you gotta learn as you go. And being that young, having someone, is like, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling to expect her to be able to raise a child at 14 years old. And the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I got pregnant at 14. I would have had a child at 14 too. So it's just like, my child will be 14 and I'm 28. Like, what? No, I lied. 14 plus 14. Wait. I'm still trying to count, y'all. Like, what? Yeah, I need to go back to school. 10 years would be 24. Yeah, 14 years old. I'm right, boy. You gotta forgive me. I've been up for a long time this morning and my brain is fried. But yeah, I will have a 14-year-old. Just that simple. Like, can you imagine? I'm 28 years old and I have a 14-year-old. Like, oh my God. They would probably think he or she is my sister. Like, it's crazy to me. And so that's what it was with her. And then on top of that, she had another little girl 8 years after me. So when she was 22, she had an 8-year-old and a newborn. And I don't know if she dealt with postpartum. I'm pretty sure a lot of mothers out here dealt with postpartum and they still had to be a mother, or they were single parents dealing with postpartum. Nobody to help them in their family. That's difficult. But at the time growing up, I didn't see it. I couldn't grasp it, because at the end of the day, I was still a child. But dealing with my marriage, it taught me how to be a wife. It taught me to have grace, forgiveness, faithfulness, all the things. And give and take. And you have to have a godly man. When I first met him, I was in the Bible, but I was still sinning a little bit. He knew of God, but he didn't have a relationship with God. And the past that he came from, he was in the streets. So that's what really gravitated me to him. The flesh gravitated me to him. But at one point in time, we were unequally yoked. That's why a lot of the stuff transpired, because it could have been the right person, but the wrong time. And we were still trying to make it happen at the wrong time. So a lot of that stuff transpired. And I'm thankful that it did at the same time, because now I'm able to help other women. I'm able to help other people who've experienced the things that I've experienced. Yes, there was a lot of trauma, and I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with mentally. But that's going to take time. But I'm also thankful that God was with me the whole time. If it wasn't for God, I never would have made it. Never would have made it. If I did not have no relationship with God, I never would have made it. And that's the truth. I wouldn't even be here to tell you the story. Okay? Suicide. I tried to kill myself. Like, that is, I got the things to prove it. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I tried so many times. I tried. So I can speak to people who have mental health issues. Like, I can speak to them. I can speak to domestic violence victims. I can speak to people who are homeless. I've been there. No parents, been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents were there, but they weren't there. So I know how it is to feel like you're alone. I've been there. And I'm thankful for it, because now I have the knowledge to help somebody else. And I had to realize it's not about me. None of that was about me. It was about me helping other people. Just like this book said. Go back to this book. Galatians 6:2. Read it. It's not about me. It's about helping each other. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll let you know when part 5 come out. I love you.